Every game looks the same. Different worlds, same reflections, same pores, same polygons, just more of them. It's like every game's chasing the same screenshot, and yet somehow with every leap in realism, games lose a little more of their soul. Thankfully, indie games are different. Especially walking simulators. They move slow, they say little, but visually they speak volumes. And what sticks with me isn't how real a world looks, it's how otherworldly these smaller games feel. Every frame feels like a painting, and what makes them beautiful isn't their chase of photorealism, but their pursuit of aesthetic. But the more games use the McDonald's of game engines, ironically called Unreal, the more I walk away feeling visually undersatisfied. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not against realism. My issue with modern AAA games isn't that they're chasing realistic visuals, but when a game looks only slightly better than something from 7 years ago yet cooks my GPU harder than a sugar binge does a diabetic, I start questioning whether this so-called visual fidelity is even enhancing my experience. That's why games like The Invincible genuinely caught me off guard. All those screenshots you saw earlier, yeah, they are from that game. It not only runs beautifully but looks stunning, to the point where I found myself spending hours just taking random screenshots, or I would just stand still, soaking in the scenery like I was watching a sunset after a long day at work. On the topic of optimization, why is Unreal Engine 5 such a stutterfest? And on the topic of stutterfest, what? Borderlands 4. Borderlands 4, it is shell-shaded, right? You would think a game like that would run smooth. Nope, somehow you are getting fewer frames than Cyberpunk 2077 on launch day. Maybe the lines are being hand-drawn by Randy Pitchford in real time. All jokes aside, maybe Unreal Engine 5 has made all of these devs lazy. Whether it's the technical limits or the artistic intent behind Halo Combat Evolve, the hand-painted melancholy of Gris, the cel-shaded flair of Wuthering Waves, the 1930s cartoon chaos of Cuphead, or the decaying beauty of Hollow Knight, these games stick with you. Their art direction leaves such a mark that just hearing their names instantly paints an image in your mind. Now compare that to Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 6. Can you really tell them apart, beyond their skins? I don't think so. Art direction matters far more than how real a leaf looks, and let's be honest, no matter which Unreal Engine game you pick, those leaves still look blurry. Hashtag anti-aliasing sucks. It is also one of the reasons why nowadays I don't really even look at modern game trailers, because they rarely excite me. You see one AAA game, you have seen them all. Thankfully, some AAA devs are still waiting for the artistic route. Ghost of Yotei not only looks good, it actually runs really well. Even without ray tracing, Orlando stands out purely through its stunning art direction. One of my favorite art styles, honestly, is pixel art. If Stardew Valley suddenly looked hyper-realistic like Inzo, it would lose a lot of what makes it special. Minecraft is another perfect example. Its simple, blocky visuals don't just make it playable on basically any toaster, they also give it a strong, unmistakable identity. Now, I don't even own a PS5, but every time I see Death Stranding 2, I am amazed. Not just because it looks beautiful, but because it achieves that beauty through deliberate artistic choices that chase realism. It is polished, cohesive, and doesn't run like a blurry slideshow. Which really makes me wonder, is realism itself the problem or is it the devs using it? At best, like I said earlier, it feels like both devs and publishers behind them have gotten complacent. Arkham Knight, a game that came out ages ago, still looks a lot better than whatever this mess is called. So maybe it's not the game engines that are holding games back, but a lack of creative risk-taking and genuine artistic intent. Because when studios stop experimenting, everything starts to look and feel the same, which is why there needs to be a balance. Push aesthetics too far and you might end up with something like Concord. Push realism too far and someday you'll make a forest that looks like, well, a forest. Ironically, the Invincible was built in Unreal Engine, to be more precise, Unreal Engine 4, which kind of proves that the tools themselves aren't really the problem, well, aside from the usual stuttering that Unreal Engine 5 can't seem to escape from. But still, it's more about how you use them. If you know how to cook and know which ingredients to use, you can make delicious food even in KFC's kitchen using the same tools. It's all about the intention. 11-bit studios use the engine not to mimic reality, but to evoke imagination. Every dial, every metallic panel, every muted hue tells a story of human wonder, a future imagined through its Adam Punk art style. But still, the irony is that as engines get stronger, games look less distinct. It was as if limitation itself was breeding creativity inside the devs. Once everyone achieves realism, no one stands out. If everything is extraordinary, the only thing that catches your eye is the ordinary. 11-bit studios understood that the Adam Punk aesthetic wasn't just decoration. And like a Wes Anderson movie, the environment and aesthetic were all coming together to tell the audience a lot more than what mere words could. There's a reason so many games do what I like to call the Zelda intro. That sweeping moment where the camera pans out to reveal vast landscapes, making your character look tiny in comparison. It is designed to spark a sense of existential awe, to remind you how small you are in the grand scheme of things. But why is showing the character tiny compared to everything around you so important? It is to make you feel empty. Both the feelings feed off of each other, like the chicken and the egg. And if you're asking which came first, you're missing the point. The real question is whether one can exist without the other. The thing is, realism replicates life, but aesthetic choices gives it a meaning. And when devs use these powerful new engines without any clear artistic intent, without understanding why they're showing what's on screen and how it fits the tone, then no amount of pursuit of realism from your side will stop the player from thinking that what they are looking at is a stock footage of a sunset. For a game to resonate with me, changing engines wouldn't really make a cut. Because even if the said engine can replicate anything now, replication is not creation. Thankfully, games like the Invincible and other indie games have took up the mantle to make games that not only look different but feel different. And also, go play the Invincible. Even if you don't like walking simulators, play the game just for its sheer visual immersion. Because I can bet you YouTube doesn't really do any justice to how good this game looks, and at the same time looking unique. But I do have to say, the ending sucks. Here's to hoping for Invincible 2. So yeah, if you're still around, maybe leave a like and a sub. And let me know if you found the video interesting in the comment section. And I'm also open for feedbacks. I'm still new to this game. So yeah, thank you so much for your precious time, and I hope I didn't waste it. Sayonara and peace out.